Hi everyone, welcome back to Crochet Rocks. Tracy here, and well, I survived the power going off. Yay! Wasn't that bad actually. It went off for 10 minutes, but so I didn't need my heater on my little burner. In fact, I thought, make a flask, you know, that might be better. Just make a flask of hot water. So I went out into the conservatory where we've got like shelving units, and there was a couple of big ones, a couple of small ones. So I made a couple of big ones and a small one up, and well, I didn't even need it because it was only on for 10 minutes. But you know, I have to be prepared because, you know, I don't trust them to get it 100% right all the time. And there's been times when it's been off for a pretty long time. So you know, they got it right this time, thank goodness. So I got my hair out. I'm not sure if I've done the right thing. It's just a big curly mass of blair, really. But it needs letting out. Let me out. It's going. Let me out. So I've been busy. I've well, the postman came, and I was going to do some open with me's as soon as I got up early, so that I could, you know, have a shower and all that before the electric went off. And I didn't want to get up. My alarm went off, and I thought, the stupid thing was, I woke up when Gary was going to work, and I felt like I could get up at that point. So needed the loo, like you do. And then I kind of got back to sleep, and then when it went off at 8 o'clock, I was like, oh, I could really sleep a bit longer. But I didn't. I got out, had my shower just in case, you know, I didn't have any electric for quite some time. And what else did I do? I had my breakfast in case I couldn't warm that up. So yeah, did all that. And then I thought, it's really dark today. This morning, it was so dark, I couldn't have filmed anything in that. It was just so bad. So I figured I might as well just sit and do some crochet then. So I did, and then the electricity came back on, and it's still too dark to make anything like any tutorials. And if I put the light on, you get shadowing, which isn't good. So I knew it was going to brighten up this afternoon, they did say, on the weather. So I thought, you know, I'd just sit and do a bit of crochet then. So I did. And you know, I showed my WIP the other day. It was the blue colours. Well, I decided to see what it's like with DK weight, because that's a 4-weight Aran. I wanted to see what it would come out like with a 3-weight. So I did, and I was originally going to use the cabaret yarn that I have left over. So I'm making 2 now. So I haven't done the tutorial, but I have done my open with me's. And one was for that new book, and the other one, that new lace, crochet lace. Excuse me. And it's only because I'm sitting here. That wasn't even a proper yawn. That was just like a miniature yawn. And it's because I'm sitting here thinking I didn't get enough sleep that it's making me yawn. I sneezed on my open with me. And the first one, it was too quick. I didn't get enough warning, so I couldn't pause it. And then I could feel another one coming, so I paused it. And a good job I did, because that second one, when it blew the roof of the house off. I mean, I have got a very loud sneeze at the best of times, but wow. Yeah, the first one was unfortunate, but the second one, yeah, pretty noisy. Anyway, so yesterday we had my pulled pork, and wow, it was lovely. Really was nice. So definitely going to be making that again. And we had a little tiny bit left over each. So Gary took some to work, and I just had mine a little while ago. Because we're not eating, well, I've been saying yesterday that we're kind of not eating lunches, and we should. It's hard for me because I usually just do breakfast, dinner. And if I get hungry, then I'll grab something. If I don't, I won't. But forcing myself, it just seems funny. But I was hungry today anyway, so that was all right. I needed to eat it, so it was fine. It was so good, so good. Definitely will do that again. Today I'm going to make a shepherd's pie, and my shepherd's pies are always very low fat. I always use 5% mince, so I know that they say that the flavour is in the fat, but I don't. I mean, the flavour enough, you know, they're really nice. So I'm going to make that today. And then after that, Gary's off so he can have a little cook. He said to me the other day, as he walked through, he went, do you like cooking now then? As I was making that korma. And I went, depends what it tastes like, really. But I thought it's not that long ago that I was actually cooking anyway. I mean, I was doing quite a bit of cooking, but I suppose over Christmas and stuff, he did take over for me, which was great because it meant I could spend time with the kids when they came over and he cooked for me and stuff. So, yeah. But it did. I always thought, it's not been that long since I cooked. What are you about? So let's have a look at the doodah. This was the Monday one. Reminds me of the Old West, even though it really isn't. And Monday, what we got? Oh, what on earth is that? It's Back to Darkness. That's definitely Mandalorian, and I think that's little Grogi and his Eggy coming through there, through the cave. Yeah, there he is, look. I took my little, you know, my little noise machine out into the other room. Gary said, what do you want that for? And I went, oh, it's out here so that I can put new batteries in it, but I need a little screwdriver before I can get it apart. So it's actually been spoken about. Not actually been done yet, but it's been spoken about. Bookie book. Okay. Oh, the hair's a bit more grim than I imagined. I hate being condescended to by my 3-year-old. It's infuriating to be talked down. I've already done that one. Okay, yeah, I remember this now. Netflix and chill wasn't supposed to describe your kids watching TV while their dinner gets cold. Homeschooling is going well, but I'm concerned one of my students will notice my coffee cup doesn't actually have coffee in it. At Tragically Here. If a person without kids says they are tired, but no parents are around to say, ha, you have no idea, does it make a sound? Well, one of those. Because they say, don't they, if a tree falls in the woods and there's nobody there to hear it, does it make a sound? Now, you might say, yeah, of course it does make a sound. Of course. But does it? Because there is this, I watched this program about it once and I can't begin to remember everything. But it's apparently because of the vibrations that it causes within our ear that the sound actually transmits to us. So we must feel like, of course it makes a sound, we're just able to pick it up. That's my theory on the thing anyway. It's got to make a sound. If we can hear it, surely that means it makes a sound. But you know, there are those philosophical thinkers out there that apply all this stuff to it. I was watching something yesterday, and it said that the theories of our universe are being proved wrong by the Hubble telescope, because the Big Bang theory sort of suggests that the universe is expanding. Go with it here, guys. It is expanding infinitely since the Big Bang. But the Hubble telescope gave different readings, and it looked like parts of it were expanding quicker than other parts of it. So my theory, right, is that there's more than one universe, and they might have eddies that are interrupting ours. Because how do we know that that's not the case? And why is space so infinite? Doesn't it blow your mind? Doesn't it really just blow your mind that there are millions and millions and millions of miles of it? How? Where does it end? Does it end? And is Men in Black real? Because if it is, then maybe all what we know as the known universe exists in a tiny marble being played by giant alien things. It's got to end somewhere though, surely. How can it be infinite? No, how can it be infinite? How can infinity be a thing? These are too deep, these questions, aren't they, really? Especially for 13:49 on a Monday. I will cease and desist. Honestly, I'm not drunk. I don't drink. It's just my mouth doesn't want to form the words sometimes. It has a bit of, it goes on strike. It depends what I eat and drink, if the truth be known, as to what it does to my scar tissue. I've yet to discover, you know, all the things that I shouldn't have. But, you know, I had all this problem with my finger and my hands started flaring up again. It was because, this is my newest theory on it, I think it was because I had been eating clementines. And when you peel it, all of that limonene attaches to your hand. You know when you get all that stuff all over your hands when you peel an orange and stuff like that? I've always found that instantly dried and caused a little bit of dry skin on me. And I just thought it was normal that everybody had that. But not so. Now these two pointer fingers, all the way along this edge, has a little bit of tough skin. It's not like, you can't really say it's hard skin, but it's just a little bit of tough skin all the way along. And I've been using my hand cream, and it is, I think, getting better. But it took so long last time, and it was all over my hands. And now that I know, really, I just need to cut out every bit of limonene. So I have about four of those clementines left, maybe 3 or 4. And I'm going to need to find a child to give them to. So the first child that comes into the house or that I see gets them. Unless they're too old by then, and then they'll go to the bin. But I can't eat them anymore, sadly. I really love them, but I can't eat them. And, yeah, it is annoying. It really is. But at least I kind of figured that out. And I think it was a combination recently of using wool and the limonene. I mean, who knows? Maybe wool, gluten doesn't really exist. Perhaps it's all just limonene and things that contain peel. Nah, don't think so. I think I'm just one of those people that as they get older can have less and less and less until in the end, you know, I can just eat, sticking plasters and drink kind of rainwater, maybe. I don't know. Should be thin anyway. Nice cup of tea. Yes, I would have brought my crochet in to show you. No, I said I was using, I can show you the yarn. Field trip. Oh, a minute. Field trip. This is the one I'm using. One of my favourites of all time. And I absolutely love it. This underwater rainbow. I'm making it with this because I've got a lot of it. This one was just one of my packs that I had. But yeah, I told you I had my own stash, sold all the shop yarn. Unfortunately, I sold my own stash at some of it, which was a bit annoying. But underwater rainbow was one of my absolute favourites in this yarn, really was. I just wish they'd bring it back. Please bring it back. We should all write them a strongly worded letter of complaint, I think. Dear Stylecraft, yes, it's me, Mrs. Angry from Kent. Pardon me. So yeah, that's what I'm making it out of. I would have brought it in to show you, as I said, but it's a bit of a secret. Although you did get to see it on the WIP, so the WIP along thingy. So it wasn't that much of a secret, but you know what I mean? Try not to like shout it out straight out. I've done that in the past and then found a certain couple of large YouTubers often kind of just make it before I have the chance to do it, which is a bit annoying. No names needed, I don't think. And if they are, never mind. It is, as they say, life, isn't it? That's the way it is. Yeah, unfortunately. So what else have I got to do today? Make a shepherd's pie, I guess. And done some washing. Well, I thought the electric was back on. Get my washing bin down and all that stuff. And I'm gradually feeling like I need to go through all of my clothes and put them in the wash and get the washing powder that had limonene in it out of it, so that everything I use ends up with knots. So I'm kind of thinking, I did try that kind of sensitive skin stuff, and it had a fragrance, but I'd rather have, I think, the Ecova. It seems to wash it really nicely without the fragrance. So I ordered myself some fragrance-free concealer. That's the way to go, apparently. Then you know you won't get any limonene, because it is what it is, a fragrance thing. So yeah, pain in the bottom is what it is. Don't you think? She did nod, but it was kind of invisible, you know. So yeah, those open with me's will pop up. One will probably pop up tomorrow, and the other maybe Friday. Yeah, that'll be the best bet. So today, which is yesterday for you, my 27k giveaway went up. Can't believe it. I was supposed to do the winner, weren't I, really? It got a bit busy yesterday. I'll do that. I'll see if I can remember. I'll do that soon and get that done today for my 26k winner. Yay. Not much else to tell you, really. Got invited to my nephew's wedding. I haven't checked the date yet because it's in October, but hopefully it doesn't clash with a holiday or anything that we've got to do. But that'll be nice. And it's at a place that's we've been to before for my niece's wedding, or one of her weddings. It's called the Inn on the Lake. It's very nice. It's a motel, but they've got one of those. Do you remember when you were kids, when we were kids, or when I was a kid? Definitely. There was a program on called The Champions, and I think it was in Geneva, and they had one of those fountains that just shot out the water, and it just went up into it was quite high. Well, they've got one of those in their in their lake, obviously. Got one of those, and we used to drive by it when I was a child, and I used to sort of come to the coast for our holidays, and it was one of the landmarks that I always looked out for on the way. There were several, and that was the first one. And then I knew that as soon as I saw that, the next thing was a petrol station where they sold records, and they used to have a box on the countertop, and they always had plenty of Donny Osmond and the Osmonds in there. There was plenty of them always. They knew how to make money in that one. And then the next one was a Farthing Corner, it's called, which is a kind of a, you know, what they call transport kind of cafe, and it goes across the road, so you actually have a walkway that goes over the road, so you used to go under that. So that was the next one I looked out for, and then we turned off, and the last one was the bridge that actually put us onto this island in the first place. And those were all the little things along the way, meant we were a bit closer to being on holiday, you know, back when this place was an exciting place for me to come. I can't imagine it now, but it used to be a lot nicer. It did. The seaside was a lot nicer. The arcades and everything else was nicer. The shops and the promenade, all of it was much nicer. Of course, each club in each camp had their own entertainment, and ours was the best one. So we had a resident singer called Ronnie Gibson. He was amazing. Very good. He was Welsh, as you can imagine. Great singer. And he did all of the big numbers of the day, like the Tom Jones and the Engelbert Humperdinck, Engelbert. So many. Andy Williams and Perry Como's and all of the big sounds of the day, you know. What's that guy? I can't remember. Burt Bacharach's stuff and all that. Yeah, great singer he was. I was friends with his daughter as well, which was cool. So yeah, good times looking back. But it's nothing like that here now, to be honest with you. I think my mum killed it for me, my mum and dad, when they moved here. Because no longer became a place that you go on holiday. So you don't go in those arcades, you don't do all those things. And then they got worse and worse and worse over the years, and everything got a little bit more run down and less investment and cruddier, you know. But when I was a kid, wow, great place to be. It was indeed. Anyway, I'm going to quick slurp. Cheers, guys. I think it's about the same story of all of the UK little holiday places, to be honest. Once people started going abroad regularly, because you've got to remember, like, when I was a kid, people were just starting to go to Spain. But it was, you know, one of those things that was like, so-and-so went to Spain for their holiday. It was a shocker, you know. It was new. I don't seem like I'm really old. And I can remember, seriously, right, this girl in one of the holiday camps, they'd been to Spain. So when she turned up, she was dressed in full Spanish costume, you know, like castanets, frilly stuff, everything. Head to foot in it, she was. And it looked like one of them dolls that everybody bought when they went there, and a donkey. Everybody had a donkey. But yeah, she was head to foot in it. And it was like, whoa. It did look very scratchy. That was the only sort of thing. The only takeout I had was, glad that's not me. You know, because my mother made me wear that. I don't know what I'd have done with myself. Probably screamed and stamped my feet and refused. It was bad enough that she used to put bows in my hair, to be honest with you. She used to like buy me lovely ribbons, absolutely beautiful ribbons. And we'd go around the shop and she'd say, oh, that's a pretty one, isn't it? And I'd go, no. And she'd say, I hated wearing them. And she would like put my hair up in, you know, like that. And I'd have this big bow. Horrible thing. And she'd sort of wave me off to school. Back in these days, you know, she was not. Later on in life was when I got the wake up for school. But back then she'd wake me up, get me out the door. This is when we lived in London. I'd get round the corner, chuck in someone's garden on the way to school. And then when I'd get home, she'd say, have you lost your ribbon? I thought, lost it? Didn't ever go in here. Never went to school in it. I'd have got beat up. You know, just saying. Anyway, on that note, child abuse, that's what it was. But yeah, I don't know what, she just teased my ringlets as well. That used to really annoy me. She'd like flounce all my hair up and, you know, do this and a bit of finger and make them more curly than they were. And I'm like, oh, why? All I wanted to do was play in the mud, play with the boys, play football. Mums, eh? So I'm going to go upload this video. My others are uploading at the minute. They're probably finished now, which would be a good thing, because otherwise my internet becomes a snail's pace if I do too much. But thank you for watching, and I hope to see you on the next one. I now have electric. I'm not living in the dark ages. Providing that generator lasts out, we'll be fine. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one. Bye for now.